pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did it go?
Yep.
Awesome. Call the meeting to order. Everybody have a chance to read the minutes of the November 13th meeting. Shoot. Oh, wow. Anybody got any corrections, additions? Nope. We got a motion?
Seconded.
Moved by Steve, second by Stewart.
Yep.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody wanna be out of state between now and the 18th?
No, but I'm gonna go ahead and do mine right now, so I don't forget. I'm gonna be gone the 27th through the 1st.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Anybody got any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, in your packet, you'll see the two different resolutions on the agreement with utility contract with, what the heck are their names?
Utility services.
Utility services. We've got a, what we did is we made two resolutions. We've got an A and a B. The difference between A and B is on the 833A, we are gonna forfeit the 50 cents that they would give to us for each month, so we'd actually drop the rate to the consumer a little bit. Where on B, we would receive the 50 cents a month per customer. Kinda what we looked at, if it's just enough more entice, but really alls we gotta give them is our letterhead and our list of people.
And the 50 cents, if I recall correctly, was for them to license the letterhead, is that?
Yeah, they're buying
correct?
our logo, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and it isn't, I mean, if somebody will fix their curb stop, it would,
So, we
50 cents isn't.
looked at it, I said one thing about it, if we don't take the 50 cents every month, that kinda limits our liability some. Because we're making absolutely nothing off the deal, if somebody would come back at us.
Well, it's also gonna save our residential property owners money.
Yep, yep, and if that will gain us more customers, to me, it's fantastic. If we eliminate the 50 cents, it'd be $6.25 a month.
I think so, let me see, yeah, 625.
Five from to the house.
And it was $8 a month for the other one, right?
No, it
No.
would be
Nine.
$9.49 without the 50 cents.
Right, so that'd be total of $9.49, and that would cover internal plumbing and drains up to your sewer going out of your house.
So the more expensive one covers more as well?
Yes.
Yeah, for your $9.75, you're getting this covering all your plumbing inside your house plus your drains.
If you look in the council packet on page 5 on the back, the second to last page, if you just do the 675 as and the customer would have the choice,
Right.
but the external water service line, the $9.99 includes the interior plumbing and drainage warranty. So it's a little bit better deal if that's what people want to do.
So just to make sure I understand, it'd be, the $9.99 is inclusive of the $6.75, or it's an addition to be 15?
My understanding it is inclusive of, but that, that would be something that they will work out with
Okay.
them.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm not, we're assuming that,
okay.
even,
I mean, even, yeah, 15 or 10,
even at
whatever.
$120 a year to have all your plumbing covered.
Well, then it does include, just because it doesn't do the outside sewer, it what they mean, and we ask, the drainage warranty is if your sewer backs up
Right,
inside
so
your house.
it's a water sewer backup coverage, basically, which is a,
Yeah.
so in the insurance world, those are two separate coverages and two separate premiums. So I would ask on that, cause
Well, it's gonna
Well,
be.
but it'll be up to
Right,
them
right.
anyway.
right, but I would wanna know when someone comes in, hey,
Well, they don't deal with us, we don't sell it.
We won't.
Nope.
but people are going to come in and ask about it.
Yeah, and, and we will ask, but,
But so the $675 and the $999 is if we do the 50 cents.
No,
No, that's
No.
what we don't do.
that's,
well, no,
Wow.
this is what they have right now. If you see here, that includes the 50 cents.
Mhm.
so
If
it'd be 50
the-
cents.
So they
Exhibit
probably say 50 cents,
They will, yeah.
okay,
And that is what most communities are doing, is without 50 cents.
I would move that we adopt resolution number 833-A.
I second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And I believe the way some insurance companies were moving is away from this, so it's good that we're going to offer, especially the internal one,
Oh, yeah.
cause that can get expensive in a hurry.
Okay, we're going, now we need a motion to vote on, we voted that we're gonna offer A, that we're gonna eliminate 50 cents, now we have to
Yep.
have a motion to allow them to come into the city. So basically, we're voting again on the same thing we just voted on, but
Well, and also to give you authorization to sign.
right, gives me authorization to sign the contract.
Okay, so,
So, the indemnification part. Just a minute.
Anything in there, to be really honest with you, we can't change.
Right,
so,
I'm just looking for any subrogation. Cause it says that there's basically a hold harmless in this indemnification.
I'm gonna make the motion that we approve, utility service marketing agreement.
I'll second it.
Any more discussion?
Just
All those in favor?
Ms. Seibert?
Just a minute.
The company will defend against the claim,
Yeah, yep,
so I think we're fine.
no, I think I'm good.
Okay, so Jill and Steve?
No discussion.
No more discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion pass. Okay. Carrie Crabtree wanted off of the Port Authority Board. I left it up to the Port Authority people to pick their replacement. And they come up with Gabi Rasmussen. And all we have to do is approve her, so all I need is a motion.
I would so move.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
What was the process, like you went through to?
Some suckers said yes.
Basically.
So did you like ask, like, I know there were other people thinking about it or being considered or asked if they were interested.
The other, I mean, I spoken to Gabi, seeing she trying to get her back involved in stuff in the community, and we chatted, and she said, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just didn't know, cause I know other people were asked by members of the Port Authority too, and I didn't know if you guys discussed it as a group or do you just?
I mean, I talked with Mary and Colleen and see what they thought. Colleen had objections, but
Okay,
All those in favor?
I'm gonna abstain.
You,
Can I?
well, you have to have three.
Oh. I guess I'm just questioning the process.
Well, I don't think we have a formal process for any of them, so.
Okay. Alright, if there's no process, then that's what I'll tell people.
We just
when they
beg
ask me
people,
about-
beg.
Well, I know people that are interested, I guess, and then, yeah.
How long is the
People do
term?
ask, and then they don't get asked, and so they're
Like
asking
Carrie
me,
was
how do
filling
you
in
get on
for
the
Jim,
board?
so
Well, but if they want to, then they need to.
was she reappointed?
Say, hey, I would like to be on the board, cause usually we
Yeah.
ask people and everybody says no. I
Okay,
mean, a resounding no,
okay,
so.
okay.
There are a couple of short terms.
You know
So we
how
got
that
3
works.
ayes.
2 years.
yeah, they were.
I will vote yes, and just, yeah,
So,
okay.
So
And-
Steve and Stuart, and you're all voting now, okay?
so Jill,
Mhm.
there are some shorter term ones on there because they're staggered, so they didn't all come up for election at the same time.
Right.
This is just the second one out of the 5, there's.
Right,
one that will go
right.
off every
That's,
year.
and that's what I'm saying is, you know, this isn't the last one for 4 years.
Mm-mm.
There's,
Oh, no, I'm just.
but, and I get where you're coming from, you know, when you talk to people and then,
Yeah,
If they want to get on it, they gotta step up.
okay, I mean, I just know people were asked, and so I was just curious how you guys chose or whatever.
Normally, it's on the board as you beg,
Mhm. True.
because we
Okay,
don't know
exactly.
who, if nobody come to us and tell us they're interested,
Okay.
we're sitting out there trying to figure out who we're gonna get on boards.
Okay.
If somebody says yes, they got the job, basically.
That's what I will tell people then.
Yeah. But
Come down
actually,
here and bug Judy and say they wanna get on the board.
Well, if they do, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, if they
that would
do,
be
yeah.
fabulous, because people say, no, not really, but can you find anybody else? No, you know,
yeah,
so then they stay.
that's such a problem.
everybody had a chance to look at the claims.
Yep. Move we approve?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Everybody's good, all those in favor? Reports, anything new on the playground, parks stuff?
Jody, I need to get a balance from you on what we have in the playground account, so we can figure out what we're gonna do next spring. We got our design back from by Design, they gave us a 3D rendering of it for free.
So we'll
Did
need
you
to
guys,
bring
Tom?
that, we'll need to,
Everything's fine.
we'll need to bring that to council so that it can get out in public.
Right, so what we're looking at is we wanna see what we've got,
Mhm.
and then we've got an equipment list and suggestions of what to start with, if it's this much, or this much. And we can do it a piece or a couple at a time, but the plan is to get something done next spring or early summer and get a sign done with 3D drawing, so.
Yeah, if you don't hear from me tomorrow, email.
You know, I'm sitting watching grain run, so I will.
Okay.
Public Works,
Everybody's got a report. The wastewater one's a little different this time, the graph. People probably don't look at the graphs, but there's a distinct change on this one.
there is.
It goes down, and so, we found the line, it's a line that it's been questioned for a very long time, what it actually does. We finally just plugged it up last Thursday, and so far, so good. We had 32% drop in it. That's That's huge. So, that's about the best news we've had in terms of our collection system since I've been here.
And that was just from plugging this line in the manhole.
Yeah, and we're monitoring it every day, because, we really don't know what that line does. I'm looking at old maps, and I just finished the GIS layer for the sewer, so I went through a lot of old maps and everything. I honestly don't know exactly what it is. I think it was part of the old sewer system. And they showed those lines being abandoned on some old construction drawings. They showed manholes getting replaced that were, a little further, depending on which way you look at it, upstream or downstream. But I never saw anything where that manhole got replaced, so I'm thinking that that's just a remnant pipe, and that's an old remnant manhole, and then they just utilized it with the newer system. And, if everything goes good, and we don't have any problems with sealing it off, and we'll go in there in August, September next year and dig it up and make it permanent. Because what's in there now is just a mechanical plug. So that was pretty good news. We'll keep monitoring it. It could have really huge implications come spring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Especially if we haven't
We'll find
sprayed it
out.
out last year.
So that was
Sorry,
good news. On, last Wednesday, we were notified on Monday, we're having a compliance inspection, from DEQ at the sewer plant. And they came up on Wednesday, and that went really well. I believe, we're gonna have a no violation inspection report, or however she termed it. She couldn't find anything wrong with everything we did. They rerun all of our calculations, go through all of our sampling stuff. So she's doing that in the next 10 days, and, she didn't anticipate there'd be any problems. I made a note in there, I hope y'all noticed, the main reason that whole thing went so good Wednesday was a testament to Levi Wareheim's work out there. And as you see him, you might mention that, because he did a bang up job, so. Couple things there you can read through, if you have any questions, just changes in how we're gonna sample and permit stuff. We are gonna save a little money. Results are still coming back good. We're starting to get our nutrient stuff down where we want it. We want to be below 4 on total nitrogen, below 1 on total phosphorus, so we're hitting those goals. Water system, this time of year we show the greatest loss, because we lose X number of gallons, and as we use more during the summer, we show a smaller loss in summer. We're at 45% there, not too much different than last year. We are higher than last year. All our water tests came back good. Have not heard anything from the DEQ on our plans to replace the valves. I'm gonna try and chase that down this week. And we're still trying to get something scheduled on the pump motor at Rickham. Leaf pickup's all done. We have been able to do some pothole repair stuff, and the new zipper has not arrived yet. We were able, since the last meeting, to get out and hit the parks a little bit. They're still wet, and one of the leaves he sat there too long in the snow, and they're still kind of a mess, but we got them picked up pretty good. Couple things that are on here, the GIS project's going along pretty good. The deadline for that is the 28th of this month. I mentioned earlier, the sewer layer's done. I'm hoping to have the water layer done maybe this week. And then we'll be wrapping that up, so. And I did talk with the gal from the governor's office on the DOT thing, and That's it. Any
Mike, do you have
questions?
any estimate on the replacement asphalt zipper? Any idea when it's gonna be in, have you heard?
No, I'm gonna get
Are
hold
you
of them.
worried about it? or-
No, cause we have there.
We have theirs,
Okay.
you know, we have the bigger one, so,
Worst case, we buy a bigger front end loader, right, Jody?
What's that?
Yeah, cause we have
Wor-
lots.
Worst case, we buy a bigger front end loader, right?
Yeah, that would be nice. But no,
We have
it'll
more
show
interest.
up.
Okay.
I'm not too worried about it.
Anybody else got any questions for Mike?
What ended up happening with the pump out at the sewer plant that was being rebuilt? Is that done?
The one that's full of water,
Yeah,
both those pumps, those motors have been replaced.
okay,
One was rebuilt, one was replaced. The one that we pulled off still ran, but my suspicion was that it was full of water. I actually took it to Great Falls today, they're gonna pull it apart. You can tell when we pull the motor off, it's full of water. I have photos of the first one that's full of water. I'm gonna get photos of the second one that's full of water, and I'm gonna write William Brothers a letter. It's not gonna, won't do anything, but, make me feel better.
okay. Okay. Thanks, Mike.
Yep.
Jody?
Now for the boring part. This one thing we do have, they have changed pledge securities at the bank. So don't tell Mike how much money that might be, cause he will try to buy a loader. Never mind. But that, then just basically day-to-day stuff going on, I'm done with the annual report, we'll submit that. I've submitted that to the state, they did call me today and ask me when I was gonna pay the $950 I have to pay them when I did the report. It still irritates me. But anyway, other than that, just day-to-day activities. Had a few complaints and we've sent out a few letters, not a lot, but just trying to keep ahead of the game. A few dog complaints, dog barking complaints, but all in all, things are running very smoothly. So that's all I have.
This report reflects the updated requirements.
Again, we'll have to look at the, one thing, that next meeting, we have to look at what you guys wanna do for your meetings in January, cause the meeting would be on the 1st, and I'm not coming, so, sorry.
I won't be here.
And you will be, so we'll have to do something, so we'll have to decide that at the next meeting, but other than that,
Is Mark at the next meeting?
I believe.
Is Mark here for the next?
yes, he is. I will have the management discussion and analysis at the next meeting. I thought it was best, it's done, but I thought that Mark would probably like to be involved in that discussion, so that I will get out to you. I will probably get it out to you sometime at the end of this week, just so you have some time to read it. It's about 10 pages long. Just so, check your emails, cause it will come out before the packets, so. And I'll put it in the packets also, but just so you guys have a chance to read it if you want. It's basically just a rundown of what that whole annual report that I did says in a condensed version. So tells you what the city's, where our finances are, and we're still looking pretty good. No. You don't get it.
Mike doesn't get to know.
No.
Steve?
Let's see, in order from most recent to less recent, thanks to everyone who supported the Lions Club raffle for the guns. It was very successful, according to Louis and Avi. We sold like, Dan won one of them, and you know, it's $10,000 plus to help support the tennis courts here in Choteau and get those repaved. And let's see, same with the foundation gun raffle, that was very successful. And just for the public record, the foundation has a new website, choteaueducationfoundation.org. You can donate and get involved with stuff there. And then I just want to extend a thank you to everyone who came to the Scout Hall during the stroll. It was a very successful time. All our vendors were very pleased.
You're welcome.
Yeah. stroll.
Yeah, it was fun.
The parade was fabulous.
Now, was the movie earlier this year? Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah,
Lots of kids on the fire trucks.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of kids on the fire trucks.
Lots of raves about the fire trucks. But it was cold.
yeah, but
Stuart.
Santa showed up again. Yeah, I talked about the playground, so I'm good for now.
Okay. Jill?
I don't have anything.
Really don't have much other than the great weekend we had. I mean, the amount of people that were downtown, the amount of people we had in the parade, that was really surprising.
And you got in it too.
I made it. Yes, I did. No, it was good. I mean, and big kudos to Mike and Levi for the sewer plant.
Here,
I mean, it's,
Yeah,
we appreciate.
mainly Levi. That gal tried to stump him, and she couldn't do it. Asking him like wacky, goofy questions, like, you know, if the end of the month is on a Thursday, does your sample go blah, 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 blah. I couldn't even guess an answer, and he just rattled them off.
I know when we went and visited plants, especially the guy in Manhattan, the guy in Manhattan keeps handwritten records.
That's what Levi does.
Yeah, and I know that Levi was just, he was dialed in on what the guy was doing.
No, he does a good job. Whenever I need to know something, I call him up and he's got his notebook and
Cool.
he can tell me, I need to know what day Jill came to sewer plant, whatever, in January of last year. So,
That's awesome.
Doing
it
great.
was a good job.
Things are looking up. Everything in the city's looking good. Just keep your fingers crossed on water tanks. That's all we're asking.
Oh, and the railroad tracks got,
Well, we got a temporary fix, they tell us. I'm not sure how long temporary means.
we'll see how. it
Springtime
works.
is what we'll hold them to.
That's gonna depend on who's the trash inspector.
That's cool though, I feel like that, you know, to make some headway with the railroad companies.
Yeah, in 1 year is pretty impressive.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually it takes years.
I've got to get time to make your email. The one from Seattle about getting our abandonment on the east track, get that moving.
Mm.
We can get rid of that one, I'll be rid of your money for part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the one we got down by the sheriff's office, so.
I think that little stub track there, that first one, the westernmost one there by the sheriff's office.
That can come out, yep.
Yeah.
They've authorized us to take that one out. That one, well, I guess we are, yeah, I think we.
No, I heard him say that. I quit listening to that, so.
Yeah, so anyway, we're gaining on.
Perfect.
Anything else, anybody?
And Rich, I wanna thank you for being in the parade too, you did it.
I didn't get
You
the
didn't
thing.
show up?
No,
Oh, I thought I saw a
like
picture of you.
hurting pretty bad.
Oh, shoot, I thought I saw a picture of your rig.
No, I didn't make it. I was at the Christmas stroll, but not,
Okay.
okay. Sorry.
Next year,
Misidentified
twice,
somebody.
twice as good next year.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay. No, it was great. Weather was good, everybody said, man, aren't you cold? I had my old tractor. I said, I was a whole lot warmer then than I was sitting in football game Saturday before. No, it was great. Well, meeting's adjourned.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't have a gavel.
Right here.
It's right here.
You really want it?
I'm gonna give it to
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.